If 2024 is going to be the year that you get your first bioinformatics job, then stay tuned and listen to how you're going to do that on today's video. To this channel where I share with you guys everything you need to know about getting into bioinformatics. I'm a bioinformatician. I've been working in the field for over 3 years now. The field of bioinformatics is forever evolving. It is changing so rapidly. So the skills and the things that you need to be able to showcase in applying for that role are going to change year on year. So let's crack into what you need to know and be showcasing in 2024. The first thing that you need to be knowing in 2024 when it comes to applying for jobs is being able to know and use AI in your bioinformatics work. So AI is this very trendy term that is literally everywhere right now, but all we mean when we say AI is helping a computer system do a function that a human normally does. You know, whether that's processing an image, learning a pattern and then being able to reciprocate it, decision making, processing languages or translation. The computer is doing something that a human can usually do. It's an artificial human-like intelligence within a computer system. So AI kind of building and training models traditionally lies with more data scientists, more data engineers, but as a bioinformatician, most roles are going to require you to be able to use AI tools. And I know it sounds scary, but like it's really not. In the space of bioinformatics, the sub area of AI that you'll probably be working with is machine learning. If you do image stuff, it might be deep learning, but traditionally you'll be using machine learning in your bioinformatics work, and being able to be familiar with the tools and packages for machine learning is so needed in 2024. So make sure that you've done something to brush up on those machine learning skills, whether that's doing a little course that helps you build a machine learning model, whether it's doing a Kaggle competition that uses some scikit-learn machine learning libraries, but just make sure you've got one of those machine learning skills in your skill set to make sure that you're not going to be being removed off that CV pile when you're applying for jobs in 2024. Next up, the second thing in order to get a job in 2024 is you need to be aware, and I did say this on my 22 habits video, but you need to be aware that the future is multimodal. So even though some roles might be specific at the moment, saying that, oh, we're looking for a single cell data scientist or we're looking for a genomic data scientist, the future is multimodal. All of these data types link to one another, and certain groups will be using many different tools and techniques. It is good to specialize, but the future is multimodal, and the more data types you can interact with, the better. So I think broadening your skill set and being able to be flexible with the data you're working with is how you're going to secure that role in 2024. The third thing in order to help you get a role in 2024 is understanding how to use ChatGPT correctly. So I actually, for all of last year, was like, I'm not using ChatGPT because it used to be very sexist in its algorithm. And if you asked it at the beginning on the first release to describe a scientist, it would give you that horrible gender stereotype, white male in a lab coat scientist. So I refused to use it for ages, but obviously it's been trained on more data and it's better now. But anyway, I digress. My point is you need to be able to use ChatGPT responsibly to get a job in 2024. So what do I mean by this? It's very easy for people to apply for roles and get ChatGPT to write them a cover letter, even get ChatGPT up during your interview and get it to answer your questions for you. But the thing is, because more and more people are doing this, it's getting even easier to spot it when people are cheating with ChatGPT. Using ChatGPT to inform you on your creativity is great, but copying things directly off ChatGPT as if it's your own work is just wrong, and it's just a massive red flag to any interviewer. So use ChatGPT as a tool to help you out, but do not do not use ChatGPT in a really bad way and stop you giving yourself a chance of getting that job, because you might be brilliant, but if it looks like you've used ChatGPT to write your presentation for you that you had to give at your interview or write your cover letter, you're going to be cut off. So we don't want that. So use ChatGPT responsibly in 2024. Do not make that the reason why you don't get through to the position. Next up in getting a role in 2024 is being able to build pipelines. So like I said, the future is multimodal. We're getting more and more different data types now wanting to be integrated. And it also means we're getting more and more data being generated, because if one group maybe just used to work on RNA and now they're like, oh, well, actually, I want to integrate some epigenetic data and I want to integrate some whole genome data, like that's more data that's being created. So you need to be aware of how to process things at scale. There's one thing of just having a pipeline on your computer that you can run locally and it can run it through samples through, and that's fine for a single use case. But as labs and groups collect these masses of data, you've got to start productionizing the way that you process these data types, and it's changing from just being ad hoc little work that you do in a research group on a one-off basis. Like, it can't be that anymore. You've got to have pipelines that are scalable and that are productionized. So I would really consider just being aware of this concept, you know, being aware that running things locally without caching and without storing error logs like is dangerous, and running things that are reproducible at scale is the most important thing in the world of data science and bioinformatics now. So having this awareness and then also hopefully having some extra applied knowledge of this is what you're going to be needing in 2024. And finally, my last thing I want to say about securing that role in 2024, well, actually this always applies to bioinformatics, but still applies this year. You need to have and you need to showcase the ability to learn and be flexible. So why is this important? So, like I said at the beginning of the video, bioinformatics is constantly evolving and changing. And because the field is evolving so much, you have to have the willingness and the ability to learn new skills. Also, I mean, you should be applying for jobs that you don't even fit the qualifications and the experience for. But anyway, it's unlikely that you'll be able to do everything that job wants you to do anyway. So you need to show to this employer that you are capable of learning to a high standard, teaching others about it, and then being flexible in your approach and what you're doing, because things can change so quickly, priorities can shift, and you need to be able to change and adapt and be flexible and learn new information. So you might be thinking, well, okay, that sounds very untangible. How on earth can I show that to an employer? They're not just going to believe me. So showing someone that you have the ability to learn, I think first of all, it's making sure that your CV has loads of, not loads, but specifically chosen online courses that you have done. So you're just showing that you're constantly going above and beyond to learn extra new skills. And then I think it just comes across in the way that you talk in your interview. You've got to convince them at your CV level that you are a learner. Having extra little bits that you've done shows that you're constantly learning. And then when you get into that interview space, you just have to really solidify that with the vocabulary that you use, and then you should be good for showing your willingness to learn and adapt. All right, guys, that was my quick little get a job in 2024. I hope these little tips have been helpful. As always, please like this video if you've loved it and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all soon on another video of Genomics with Georgia. Bye.